Sidney L. Poitier, born February 20, 1927, is a Bahamian-American retired actor, film director, activist, and ambassador. In 1964, he won the Academy Award for Best Actor, becoming the first black male and Bahamian actor to win the award. Upon the death of Kirk Douglas in 2020, Poitier became one of the last surviving major stars from the golden age of Hollywood cinema, and the oldest living and earliest surviving Best Actor Oscar winner. His entire family lived in the Bahamas, then still a British colony, but Poitier was born unexpectedly in Miami while they were visiting for the weekend, which automatically granted him American citizenship. He grew up in the Bahamas but moved back to Miami at age 15 and to New York at age 16. Poitier was first married to Juanita Hardy from April 29, 1950, until 1965. They raised their family in Stuyvesant, New York, in a house on the Hudson River. In 1959, Poitier began a 9-year affair with actress Diahann Carroll. He has been married to Joanna Shimkus, a Canadian former actress and interior designer, since January 23, 1976. He has 4 daughters with his first wife, Beverly, Pamela, Sherry, and Gina, and 2 with his second, Anika and Sydney Tamia. In addition to his 6 daughters, Poitier has 8 grandchildren and 3 great-grandchildren. Poitier joined the American Negro Theater, but was rejected by audiences. Contrary to what was expected of black actors at the time, Poitier's tone deafness made him unable to sing. Determined to refine his acting skills and rid himself of his noticeable Bahamian accent, he spent the next 6 months dedicating himself to achieving theatrical success. On his second attempt at the theater, he was noticed and given a leading role in the Broadway production, Lysistrata, for which, though it ran a failing 4 days, he received an invitation to understudy for Ana Lu Costa. By late 1949, Poitier had to choose between leading roles on stage and an offer to work for Darryl F. Zanuck in the film No Way Out in 1950. His performance in No Way Out, as a doctor treating a Caucasian bigot played by Richard Widmark, was noticed and led to more roles, each considerably more interesting and more prominent than those most African American actors of the time were offered. In 1951, he traveled to South Africa with the African American actor Canada Lee to star in the film version of Cry the Beloved Country. Poitier's breakout role was as Gregory W. Miller, a member of an incorrigible high school class in Blackboard Jungle, in 1955. Poitier enjoyed working for director William Wellman on Goodbye My Lady, in 1956. Wellman was a big name. He directed the famous Roxy Hart in 1942 with Ginger Rogers and Magic Town in 1947 with James Stewart. What Poitier remembers indelibly is the wonderful humanity in this talented director. Wellman had a sensitivity that Poitier thought was profound, which Wellman felt he needed to hide. Poitier later praised Wellman for inspiring his thoughtful approach to directing when he found himself taking the helm from Joseph Sargent on Buck and the Preacher in 1971. In 1958, he starred alongside Tony Curtis in director Stanley Kramer's The Defiant Ones. Poitier and Curtis play prisoners chained together who escape custody when the truck transporting them crashes, and to avoid recapture they must work cooperatively despite their mutual dislike. The film was a critical and commercial success, with the performances of both Poitier and Curtis being praised. The film landed 8 Academy Award nominations, including Best Picture and Best Actor nominations for both stars, making Poitier the first black male actor to be nominated for a competitive Academy Award as Best Actor. Both actors received the same nomination at the Golden Globes, but probably due to vote splitting between the two of them, neither won either award. Poitier did win the British Academy of Film and Television Arts Award for Best Foreign Actor and the Berlin Film Festival's Silver Bear Award. He acted in the first production of A Raisin in the Sun, alongside Ruby Dee on the Broadway stage at the Ethel Barrymore Theatre in 1959. The play was directed by Lloyd Richards. The play introduced details of black life to the overwhelmingly white Broadway audiences, while director Richards observed that it was the first play to which large numbers of black people were drawn. The play was a groundbreaking piece of American theater with Frank Rich, critic from the New York Times writing in 1983, that "A Raisin in the Sun" changed American theater forever. That same year Poitier would star in the film adaptation of Porgy and Bess alongside multi-talented and Academy Award nominee Dorothy Dandridge. For his performance in Porgy and Bess, Poitier received a Golden Globe Award nomination for Best Actor in a Motion Picture Musical or Comedy. In 1961, Poitier starred in the film adaptation of A Raisin in the Sun, where he received another Golden Globe Award nomination. Also in 1961, Poitier starred in Paris Blues, alongside Paul Newman, Joanne Woodward, Louis Armstrong, and Diane Carroll. The film dealt with American racism of the time contrasted with Paris's open acceptance of black people. In 1963, he starred in Lilies of the Field, a film about an African-American itinerant worker who encounters a group of East German nuns who believe he has been sent to them by God to build them a new chapel. His incredible performance in Lilies of the Field garnered him an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor, which he eventually won, becoming the first black actor to win the award. James Baskett was the first African-American male to receive an Oscar, an honorary Academy Award, for his performance as Uncle Remus in the Walt Disney production of Song of the South in 1948, while Hattie McDaniel predated them, both winning as Best Supporting Actress for her role in 1939's Gone with the Wind, making her the first black person to be nominated for and receive an Oscar. In 1964, Poitier recorded an album with the composer Fred Katz called Poitier Meets Plato, in which Poitier recites passages from Plato's writings. 1965 was a busy year for Sidney Poitier. He gave memorable performances in the Cold War drama, The Bedford Incident, with Donald Sutherland and Martin Balsam, the biblical epic film, The Greatest Story Ever Told, alongside Charlton Heston and Max von Sydow, and A Patch of Blue, co-starring Elizabeth Hartman and Shelley Winters. In 1967, he was the most successful draw at the box office, the commercial peak of his career, with 3 popular films, To Sir with Love, In the Heat of the Night, and Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. In To Sir with Love, Sidney Poitier plays a teacher at a secondary school in the East End of London. The film deals with social and racial issues in the inner-city school. The film was met with mixed response, however Poitier was praised for his performance, with the critic from the New York Times writing, "Even the weak moments are saved by Poitier, who invests his role with a subtle warmth." In Norman Jewison's mystery drama, In the Heat of the Night, Poitier played Virgil Tibbs, a police detective from Philadelphia who investigates a murder in the Deep South in Mississippi alongside a cop with racial prejudices played by Rod Steiger. Poitier received a Golden Globe Award and British Academy Film Award nomination for his performance. The film was a critical success, with Bosley Crowther of the New York Times calling it the most powerful film I have seen in a long time. Roger Ebert placed it at number 10 on his top 10 list of 1967 films. Art Murphy of Variety felt that the excellent Poitier and outstanding Steiger performances overcame noteworthy flaws, including an uneven script. In the Heat of the Night featured his most successful character, Virgil Tibbs, a Philadelphia detective whose subsequent career was the subject of 2 sequels, They Call Me Mr. Tibbs, in 1970 and The Organization, in 1971. In Stanley Kramer's social drama, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, Sidney Poitier played a man in a relationship with a white woman played by Catherine Houghton. The film revolves around her bringing him to meet with her liberal parents played by Katharine Hepburn and Spencer Tracy. The film was one of the rare films at the time to depict an interracial marriage in a positive light, as interracial marriage historically had been illegal in most states of the United States. It was still illegal in 17 states, mostly southern states, until June 12, 1967, 6 months before the film was released. The film was a critical and financial success. In his film review, Roger Ebert described Poitier's character as a noble, rich, intelligent, handsome, ethical medical expert, and that the film is a magnificent piece of entertainment. It will make you laugh and may even make you cry. To win his role as Dr. Prentice in the film, Poitier had to audition for Tracy and Hepburn at 2 separate dinner parties. Poitier began to be criticized for being typecast as over-idealized African American characters who were not permitted to have any sexuality or personality faults, such as his character in Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. Poitier was aware of this pattern himself but was conflicted on the matter. He wanted more varied roles, but he also felt obliged to set an example with his characters by challenging old stereotypes, as he was the only major actor of African descent being cast in leading roles in the American film industry at the time. For instance, in 1966 he turned down an opportunity to play the lead in an NBC television production of Othello, with that spirit in mind. Despite this, many of the films in which Poitier starred during the 1960s would later be cited as social thrillers by both filmmakers and critics. Poitier has also directed several films, the most successful being the Gene Wilder-Richard Pryor comedy, Stir Crazy, which for many years was the highest-grossing film directed by a person of African descent. His feature film directorial debut, in 1972, was the Western Buck and the Preacher, in which Poitier also starred, alongside Harry Belafonte. Poitier replaced the original director, Joseph Sargent. The following year, Sidney Poitier also directed and starred in the romance drama, A Warm December. The trio of Poitier, Cosby and Belafonte reunited, with Poitier again directing in Uptown Saturday Night. He directed Bill Cosby again in Let's Do It Again, A Piece of the Action, and Ghost Dad. Poitier directed Fast Forward, in 1985, about 8 young dancers from Ohio who travel to New York City to compete in a major talent competition. Poitier was made an honorary Knight Commander of the Order of the British Empire by Queen Elizabeth in 1974. In 1995, Poitier received the Kennedy Center Honor. In 2009, Sidney Poitier was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the United States' highest civilian honor. In 2016, he was awarded the BAFTA Fellowship for Outstanding Lifetime Achievement in Film. In 1999, Sidney Poitier was ranked 22nd among the male actors on the 100 Years 100 Stars list by the American Film Institute. He is one of only 2 living actors on the list, the other being Sophia Loren. With the death of Ernest Borgnine in 2012, he became the oldest living man to have won the Academy Award for Best Actor. Poitier is also the recipient of a Grammy Award for Best Spoken Word Album. In 1982, he received the Golden Globe Cecil B. DeMille Award, and in 2000 he received the Screen Actors Guild Life Achievement Award. In 2002, Poitier received the 2001 Honorary Academy Award for his overall contribution to American cinema. Later in the Academy Award ceremony, Denzel Washington won the award for Best Actor for his performance in Training Day, becoming the second black actor to win the award for Best Actor. In his victory speech, Denzel Washington saluted Sidney Poitier by saying, "I'll always be chasing you, Sidney. I'll always be following in your footsteps. There's nothing I would rather do, sir." On March 2, 2014, Sidney Poitier appeared with Angelina Jolie at the 86th Academy Awards to present the Best Director Award. He was given a standing ovation. Jolie thanked him for all his Hollywood contributions, stating, "We are in your debt." Poitier gave a brief acceptance speech telling his peers to keep up the wonderful work, to warm applause. From 1997 to 2007, Sidney Poitier served as Bahamian ambassador to Japan. Poitier's list of award nominations includes 2 Academy Award nominations, 10 Golden Globes nominations, 2 Primetime Emmy Awards nominations, 6 BAFTA nominations, 8 Laurel nominations, and 1 Screen Actors Guild Awards nomination. Sidney Poitier is an American icon and one of Hollywood's greatest actors of the 20th century.